It was early May 2020, the height of the first COVID lockdown in the UK. The roads were quiet, the skies eerily still, and movement across the country had almost stopped. But on a narrow country lane near Colford, in the Forest of Dean, Gloucestershire, two officers on routine patrol noticed something strange by the side of the road. A small car pulled over in the dark, its headlights still on. At first, it looked like someone had simply broken down. Yet, as the officers approached, the smell hit them. Thick, chemical, and unmistakable. Burning fuel mixed with something else, something organic. In the back of the car, smoke drifted from a large, half-melted suitcase. When the officers looked inside, they were met with a sight they would never forget. Inside that suitcase was the dismembered body of a young woman which had been partially burned. The driver, a woman named Gorica Gordon, stood silently by the roadside. This gruesome discovery would unravel one of the most disturbing and senseless murders Britain had seen in years. Who was Phoenix Nets? Phoenix Nets was 28 years old and originally from Birmingham. Described by friends as funny, open-hearted, and deeply spiritual, she had struggled in recent years with mental health and was living at a women's refuge in Birmingham, trying to rebuild her life. Phoenix had dreams of becoming a counsellor. She often spoke about wanting to help others who were going through what she had: trauma, isolation, and fear. Those who knew her said she had a quiet strength about her. She was hopeful but fragile, trying to piece her life together, one day at a time. No one could have predicted that she would cross paths with someone who would see that vulnerability and twist it into something pure evil. Gorica Gordon. Gorica Gordon was 27 years old, originally from Jamaica, but living in the UK since childhood. Outwardly, she appeared calm, polite, and self-contained, but beneath the surface, she was volatile. Gordon had a long history of violent outbursts, controlling behavior, and paranoia. She too lived in the same women's refuge as Phoenix. At first, the two became friendly. Witnesses described them as often eating together, talking late into the night, and confiding in one another. But slowly, things began to shift. Staff at the refuge noticed Gordon becoming possessive. She didn't like Phoenix talking to others. She would show up wherever Phoenix went, often starting arguments. Then, Phoenix began to talk about moving out, hoping for a fresh start somewhere else. That decision, it seems, was the moment that everything changed. The murder. On the 16th of April, 2020, Phoenix Nets was last seen alive. Neighbours in the refuge later reported hearing screaming and loud banging from Gordon's room that night. The noise went on for almost 20 minutes before silence fell. In the days that followed, Gordon acted as if nothing had happened, but there were clues. Staff noticed a powerful chemical smell coming from her room. She told them she was cleaning. CCTV footage later showed her making multiple trips to and from the building, carrying heavy bags. When investigators pieced it all together, they found that Gordon had stabbed Phoenix repeatedly, killing her in the bedroom they shared, before spending the next several days dismembering her body. In an attempt to hide her crime, Gordon began sending fake text messages from Phoenix's phone to friends and family, pretending Phoenix had moved to London. The texts were worded oddly, very impersonal, and didn't sound like her at all. Her family grew worried, but the lockdown restrictions made travel and searches nearly impossible. The arrest. On the 12th of May, Gordon packed Phoenix's remains into 2 suitcases, doused them with petrol, and drove nearly 80 miles to the Forest of Dean. She planned to burn the remains in a secluded area, believing the isolation caused by lockdown would keep her crime hidden. But fate intervened. The police, who happened to be nearby, noticed the smoke and stopped her car before she could destroy the evidence. Gordon was arrested on the spot. The following investigation uncovered an overwhelming amount of evidence. CCTV footage of Gordon buying cleaning products, petrol, and luggage. DNA analysis confirmed the remains were Phoenix's. In her phone, police discovered chilling messages where she had confessed to friends, admitting that she had done something very bad and needed to burn the body. The aftermath. When the case finally went to court in April of 2021, Gordon initially denied murder, but later, faced with the mountain of evidence against her, she pleaded guilty. She was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 23 years. Phoenix's family, who had spent nearly a year waiting for justice, described her as brilliant, kind, and a beautiful young woman who deserved so much better. They released a statement that read simply, "Our lives will never be the same again. We are devastated by what has happened to our daughter. She was trying to make a new start, and her life was stolen from her." A life stolen too soon. The case of Phoenix Nets is one that lingers. It's not just the brutality of the crime, but the senselessness of it. The idea that 2 young women, both struggling, both vulnerable, ended up in the same place at the same time with such vastly different outcomes. Phoenix wanted to heal. She wanted to help others. And in the end, she became another tragic name in a year already filled with loss. The horror of what happened to her shocked the UK, not just for its brutality, but because it revealed the hidden dangers faced by those living on society's margins, the people searching for safety, only to find danger where they least expected it.